Before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. Call Halayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekak Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Sirach chapter 18, verse 20. Before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. So we're supposed to be constantly examining ourselves. Make sure we're moving correctly in this truth and in life in general. Okay, make sure we're going about things correctly in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Make sure that we're not in error. Okay, you should always be examining yourselves before you go to bed, when you wake up, to really process and think about what you may have done wrong. And also, furthermore, too, to be praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to expose your errors, where you're weak at, things that you need to do to improve, to walk more correctly and more uprightly in righteousness, man. Okay, because we can't be calling ourselves judges if we're not examining ourselves. As it says in the book of Proverbs 24, verse 16, I believe, a just man falls 7 times, but riseth back up, roughly paraphrasing, man. And how does that just man fall and rise back up? Because he examined himself, man. Okay? And then when that, that judgment is brought forth, you're already repentant for it. You already learned from it and move towards, your increase. Okay, your progress, man. That's because you use discernment. Okay, as you see on the screen, it says discernment is also being able to spot your own spirit is off. Again, discernment is also being able to spot your own spirit being off. Now, what does that mean? And I just went to the Google definition.
Discernment.
It says the ability to judge well. The ability to judge well. Perception in the absence of judgment, with a view to obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding. And we're going to break this down thoroughly through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. But in order for us to discern our own selves, it's things that we have to do. And it's various precepts that, we can go into, but I kept it short and sweet. I had about 15 to 16, but I said, you know what? Let's chop it down to 7. So, again, man, I don't want to rock this out. This is edifying. And in order for us to have the ability to be judges, we have to be able to discern, okay, and to have the discernment when our own spirit is off. And that also comes with one characteristic and attribute of us examining ourselves. And we're going to get the other ones right now. So let's continue. Let's jump to the book of 2 Corinthians, because we got to grab that. Y'all know where I'm going. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, and I'm going to read verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves, because, when you were in the world, you wanted to prove something to yourself, that you could do something that nobody else told you that you could do. Nobody else told you that you can achieve, man. So what were you doing? You were examining your spirit. You were examining your weaknesses. Analyzing how you need to improve yourself. How you need to walk correctly towards your goal, man. And in this truth, that is a very, very important agenda we should have daily, man. A practice, a rehearsal for ourselves to examine ourselves, to have discernment when we're going off. Okay, because we don't want to be hypocritical. We don't want to be hypocrites, man. Sirach chapter 1, verse 29 to 30, man. Okay? And we also, again, we want to practice what we preach, man. And again, you always have to be, examining yourself, fasting, praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to, search you for something that you may not have seen, but you feel like it might be off on you. You feel like something might be off in your spirit, so you should always pray to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to examine you and to expose that. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves? So we're supposed to know ourselves, man. We're supposed to be able to pinpoint when something's off about us, man. And furthermore, also, too, one of the main things that we always must keep in mind, as the beloved Ra'ash Zionala always states, we have to realize that Satan is always going to be attacking us left and right because, again, a beloved Akim wa Akwa, we're fighting for righteousness. We stand for something that is about something that needs to be proclaimed and brought forth on the earth, man. And that's righteous, man. Okay, we don't stand for wickedness, man. So we always must keep in mind that Satan is always going to attempt to attack us, man. And he's always going to go at our weak points. And that's going to make our spirit off. Okay? How that Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate. So you don't want to be a reprobate and think that there's never ever going to be anything wrong with you. No, it's not me, it's them. No, it's not me, it's him. No, it's you. And the Lord is putting you through that trial, that test to make sure that you're cleansing and sanctifying yourself and examining yourself. And again, it goes into a lot of stuff, man. Prayer, fasting, okay? To asking the Lord to keep on improving you day by day. To asking the Lord to give you notification of when you're off. Because we're judges. We can't, and also too, man, we can't, Salaki, we can't be carnal. We have to be what? Spiritual, man. And all these things come on high from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And furthermore, let's grab this. Because I bet some of you jakes just think I'm talking out of my ass. What did Yahweh Shai when he was Solomon pray for? Let's grab that real quick. So this is the book of 1 Kings chapter 3. And I'm going to start off at verse 9, reading to verse 11. Just to get straight to the point. Matter of fact, verse 7. O now, Yahweh my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people, and cannot be numbered, nor counted for multitude. So Solomon came very humble, very sincere, very truthful, and very meek and lowly to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He wasn't thinking about no damn women. He wasn't thinking about no damn money. He wasn't thinking about having a name for himself. He was thinking about pleasing the Lord. Okay? Verse 8. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Okay? I'm going to read that again. That I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that Solomon had asked this thing. So this is what we should be doing. And this is what, Yahweh, this is what, well, technically it is Yahweh Shai, but this is what Solomon asked Yahweh for discernment. Okay? So he knew that his spirit was off. He knew that he needed to ask the Lord to have discernment. And in order for Solomon to have the correct judgment that he had to be checking himself until, obviously the Lord had him fall, which we know we have in scriptures on how he fell. Okay, but that's another lesson for another time. Verse 10. And the speech pleased Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor has asked the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. And this is a prime example of what I'm speaking right now, in which I will grab precepts to prove the point more. But this is it right here. We can close the book, but we're going to get more food. But this is an evidence to show that we should be praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for that discernment, not only to judge Israelite people, but to be able to judge ourselves, to be able to be notified and things brought to our attention when we're off, when our spirit is being attacked, when we're going through things, for us to examine those things, pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, fast if need be, okay, and be able to discern, have discernment to be able to judge on what we need to do to improve, to be able to stay in our steed, and to be able to do things correctly in this truth. All right, but let's continue, because I'm making statements and we're gonna prove them, man. We're gonna prove them. I'm gonna back it up with this. It's the book of James, Saint James, chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, okay, and Solomon was asking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for that wisdom. Okay, and we have the evidence, the documentation of everything that we need and how to go about it. And that's what's being given to you right now, to be able to have what? Discernment is also being able to spot when your own spirit is off. And this is one of the things that you need to do. James 1 verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that give to all men liberally. That's free. Okay, because if you are a predestinated vessel spirit that was chosen before the creation and foundation of the earth, the Lord is going to give you everything you need to be able to progress, to be able to increase, to be able to grow in His truth, to be able to do things correctly, walk uprightly, have discernment to judge spiritually and in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to do well according to His liking, not ours. Okay? That giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. And you have to believe these things, man. Okay, as Yahweh Shai said, when you pray, St. Mark chapter 11, verses 24, 25, one of those verses. Yahweh Shai said, when you pray, when you pray for those things that you shall receive them, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And we, us of the hopeful elect, we believe that. And hey, look, man, I've done testimonies on this, man. I don't miss prayers. Okay, that's how much I believe in prayers, man. Elder Apostle Ricard, he always tells you pray, pray, pray. Okay, I believe in talking to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, sending up supplications and prayer, and like the beloved Elder Apostle Gabar just said today, prayer is begging and supplication is begging. So what we doing? We down on knees, man. We on bending knees like boys and men talking to those damn polluted women, man. Okay, but we talking to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then on bending knees, man. Okay, well, Salaki, let's continue, because again, everything comes from the Lord, man. And these are the things that we need to ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to be able to walk correctly in this truth, man, and to be able to have discernment to judge His people, man. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, and I'm going to start off at verse 13. For what man is he that can know the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or who can tell what the will of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is? For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable. Okay, so we don't have the thoughts of mortal men. And why is that? Because we're in the Spirit. We conduct ourselves in the Spirit. We walk in the Spirit. We see things through the Spirit. We think through the Spirit. Okay? And our devices are uncertain, but our devices are certain, because our devices is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and this Bible. That's all we need. We don't need nothing else. Continuing on, verse 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul. Okay, and that's true. This flesh is always combating with this spirit, man. But us, We do the best to our ability to have our spirit conquer our flesh. Okay? For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind. Okay, the same thing that I just said, man. And that also goes into the spirit, conducting ourselves, thinking, seeing, all that. All right? That musteth upon many things. And hardly do we guess aright. Now listen, this goes into it, man. And hardly do we guess aright at things, okay, because that goes into that discernment, that judgment. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon earth. And we labor, do we find the things that are before us, but the things that are in heaven who have searched out. And thy counsel, listen, and thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. So it's the Spirit on us to be able to discern, to judge, to not have a mortal mind, to not have thoughts of the world, to not be carnal, to be connected to Yahweh Yahweh Shah, to be able to thoroughly understand this Bible and break it down, to be able to discern from evil and good, man. Verse 18. For so the ways of them which lived on earth were reformed. And that's what you see, man. We're reformed from the ways of earth, man. Okay? They not like us, man. Nobody's like us, man. We're different. We have a different shine, a different type of aura around people. And they see it, they know it, man. But they can't pinpoint it. Okay? For so the ways of them which live on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things, listen, now, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. That's that discernment for judgment, man. That's how we judge correctly, because we have that wisdom from high, from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because we're being taught and fed daily. So we take that and we apply it to our own spirit. And again, we pray, we fast, we do everything we need to do to make sure that we're on point, that we're not going off. So when we get, again, notification from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, when we know Satan is trying to jack us up and mess with our minds, man, we apply, these tactics that work. And, we also ask brothers for prayers too, to have that voice of the body magnified to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to free us. Okay? And these are things that we do to stay on point, to stay walking uprightly and correctly, to be able to judge, to not be hypocritical. All right? Let's continue. I got 2 more precepts and we're going to close it out. And again, man, I had like 17, 18 precepts, man, but Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai had me put it down to this. This is the book of Philippians chapter 1. I'm going to read verses 8 and 9. For the Most High is my record, how greatly I long after you, all in the bowels of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. And this I pray, okay, because it's going back to prayer, because prayer is powerful, man. Again, it's very important that we apply prayer with examination, okay? Because when you examine yourself, who are you gonna talk to? Who are you gonna go to fix it? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And if you feel like you need, again, that prayer needs to be magnified and greatly and intensely increased, you go to the body and you ask them to add to that prayer. You ask the brotherhood to send up a prayer for you. All right. And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment. Come on, man. Can't make this up, man. And this is what we apply. This is what we do, man. Because we have to judge righteously. We have to have discernment. So we have to start with ourselves and we have to examine ourselves. Because again, Satan is going to be trying to jack us up left and right, because we're seeking righteousness. We're seeking to do what's right. We're seeking to do what's pleasing and acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And how can we do that unless we examine ourselves? How can we do that unless we acknowledge that we got to stay on point? Because it's one thing that a lot of these Israelites don't do that we do. And I'm going to get this precept, and this is going to be it. And this is the one thing that we do daily. Okay? And our conversation is in heaven. Our conversation is not of this world, man. Our conversation is on righteousness. And yeah, you know, Jake may talk about boxing, football, basketball, but you know, that's like 5-10%. Okay, that other 90 is about the kingdom. That other 90 is about these scriptures. That other 90 is about getting edified, man. Okay? Malachi chapter 3, starting off at verse 16. Then they that feared, see, a lot of Israelites don't have that fear. A lot of Israelites you don't see the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh on these Israelites, man. You can tell by how they conduct themselves, what they're about, okay, with their fruit, what they're pushing, what they advertise, all that, man. Then they that feared Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai spake often one to another. Okay, you know, that goes into the lessons, that goes into the brotherhood, the charity, everything. Okay. And the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, hearkened and heard it. So the Lord, he's hearing us, you know, embracing the kingdom, embracing righteousness upon the earth. And he's also hearing what? Our supplications, our prayers, everything, man. He's hearing us beg, man. Okay? He's hearing us beg, cry out to him, man. He's hearing these lessons, man. This beautiful song, man. And it's pleasing him. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and that thought upon his name. So those that fear the Lord, yes, he's going to chastise them. Yes, he's going to reprove them. Yes, he's going to rebuke them. But guess what? As it says in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, he's not going to put nothing on us that we cannot bear or be able to get out of. Roughly paraphrasing, man. It's all for our improvement. It's all for us to grow. And that's why we have to continue to have discernment when our own spirit is off. Verse 17. And they shall be mine. So if we're going to be Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's going to perfect us. He's going to put us through the furnace of adversity to purge out what needs to be purged out, to make sure that we checking ourselves, to make sure that we ain't out here getting comfortable, that we ain't relaxed. And they shall be mine, saith Yahweh of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them, as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. And this is part of our blessings, man. This is part of our lot right now. We are the Jews, Lord willing, we are the Jews that are going to be spared because we serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. We're the apple of his eye, Lord willing. Verse 18, the point, which is all this is the point, but this is the main point. Then shall ye return and discern. Do you hear that? Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. Because the Lord has given us that discernment. Okay? And we can't, how do you think we're going to be able to discern between righteousness and wickedness if our spirit is off? Because you know why? We're examining ourselves to make sure when our spirit is going off, when Satan's trying to jack us up and mess with us, okay, trying to purge our mind, plague our mind, whatever the case may be, we pray, we fast if need be, okay, we ask the brothers for a prayer, we do all the things we must do, man. We work on ourselves daily, okay, examination, man. So, you know, I'm going to leave it right there, man. You know, Adawan Ratazah, I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Akin Wa Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Ko Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakat Kodash, Wathawada Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakat Kodash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. Thawada Ra'ash Managan for posting this. But other than that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.